Hi, welcome to Untitled Tarot. I'm Juju. This is going to be a general reading for the second half of February. These are so hard to shuffle. For Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, really anywhere in your chart, or you could just be drawn to it, okay? Or cross watchers, you could be, dealing with a Libra. It could be in relationship with one, could know one, or again, you're just curious, or you feel drawn to this. Okay. If don't try to fit. Don't try to make it fit if it doesn't. Okay, and never make life-altering decisions based on a reading. Please keep in mind everything has everything's subject to free will. Okay. Yours and the divine's, and nobody is free from the law of cause and effect. Okay. So, I felt called to use a deck I have not used yet. And it's kind of like my special. It's like a special deck. I've had it for a while. I haven't used it yet. It's really special to me. But for some reason, I felt called to use it for Libra. And it's the Salvador Dali tarot deck. One of them. It's not like this, super expensive one. But I just love the artwork. And I know Libras, or at least I feel that way, really enjoy harmony, balance, beauty, art, poetry, writing, things like that, about beauty and harmony and diplomacy. So, let's see, I've really felt called to use these. Now, I'm assuming that these have similar meanings than to like traditional tarot, but I do have the book here. And I was told to make sure I have the book out by Spirit. So that way, if there's any additional messages, because I feel like I'm going to be using this more as an intuitive, because it's very artistic, obviously. So, but they wanted me to make sure I had the book out as well. And it's quite a large book. So, let's see. Now, this could be anything that's going on in your life currently, something coming up from the past, or something that's coming towards you, okay? Truly, if it doesn't resonate, don't make it fit. Also, don't forget to check your other placements as well. I don't know. I've kind of been getting this for my Libra readings. The last I don't remember my readings. For some reason, I don't remember them. But I can sense or have like a vague feeling of what where the senses were, what the feelings were. And I feel the last couple of ones, I also don't watch my readings back either, has been very transformative, like deep dives. Also pulling away from that, I feel. I'm not quite sure how to do a deep dive. Wanting to, scared to, but nevertheless trying. And I just have to say that's amazing. Every step, no matter how big or small, that you take every day, it's a good day. Okay? And don't also, Spirit wants me to remind you, if you, let's say you take 3 steps forward and then you end up taking 2 steps back, that's okay. It's not, healing isn't linear. And doesn't have, it's a journey. It's a lifelong journey of really, how do I say this? Self-realization, if that makes sense. Okay. So for some reason, they really want me to use these, and I hope that you guys really enjoy these. I just find them fascinating. I will more than likely use them more intuitively, but I do have the book here because they for some reason, they want me, they're saying if there's a major card that comes out, specifically the World, they want me to read it, or like the Fortune will. How do I say this? Like I call it, basically for me, it's like the Wheel of Fate. So let's see, Spirit, can you please tell me Libra, please? What's going on for my Libras for the second half of March 2021? Spirit, what's going on with my Libras, please? Okay, what's going on with my Libras, please? Second half of March. Oh, they want me, okay. They want me to remind you guys that so this whole year of 2021, all the Mercury retrogrades are in all the air signs. So Gemini, Libra, that's you, and Aquarius. So for the entire year. And there's a big one there's one coming up in Gemini, I want to say in May. And then there's a one in your sign, Libra. I don't remember the dates, but it's towards like October-ish, somewhere like September and October area. You might want to look that up, but there, and see how you can work with that energy for your best healing, transformation, okay, and understanding. Okay, Mercury retrogrades get a bad rep. I mean, they're not necessarily comfortable. Nevertheless, if we work with the energy appropriately, meaning that we welcome it and instead of trying to fight it, that I feel for me personally, and I have an Aquarius moon, so I have an air sign moon. When I try to fight against the energy, when I try to force it, instead of allowing myself to go back to the things I need to readdress, then what I end up doing is I create a lot of unnecessary miscommunications and other stuff because I'm trying to push versus just relax, kind of chill mode. So I don't know. I kind of felt like that was kind of something I needed to say. Okay. Spirit, please show me. They said that's important for part of the reading. Okay. Please show me Libra for the second half of March. Tell me when or March 2021. Tell me when to stop cycling, Spirit. Okay. And top or bottom. Take it from the top or bottom. Bottom. Okay. Here we go. All right. That's technically the Eight of Cups, but I want to go more off the art. Okay. Okay, Queen of Cups reverse. And if you guys can see that. I'm going to show you these in just a minute. Okay. Two of Wands in the upright. Let me get one more. And then the Page of Wands reverse. Okay. Okay, the bottom of the deck, we got the Tower reverse. I'm going to take them. And they're telling me to take it this way. Okay, the Chariot reverse. I have no idea. I think that's like Ten of Swords, I think, in the reverse. And then the King of Cups in the upright. Okay. Alright, so let's look at this. I'll show you. Okay, make sure you can see it. So, you see a man, he's got his bags packed. He's kind of got a backpack, or like, well, it's like he's a traveler. You might be doing some traveling very soon. But it looks like, yeah, it might be, he's got mountains in the background, and there's a tree. It looks like a tree that's kind of lost its branches. So, okay, so what they're telling me is that as you are making a transition, you might be traveling, moving away, going on some type of an adventure, or you need to. Or you might be going through a very deep emotional transformation. You're on a journey here. This reminds me a lot about the Fool card. The Fool card is where you see the Fool. He's a typical card where he's walking towards the end of a cliff, but he's got his little bag of stuff that he needs on his, on his back or whatever. I feel like you're kind of doing the same thing. So you are at the precipice of a deep, deep, deep emotional transformation. Deep emotional transformation. I feel for some of you, and it may not be for all of you, you've fallen really hard and you've hit every branch on the way down. This has been a very difficult time for you. It's been a lot of lessons that needed to be learned to prepare you. They want me to make sure that I say that. It's not punishment. It's to prepare you for the next phase. So I feel like you guys are starting, some of you, okay, are starting to see this as not more about as why this happened to me, is this is happening for me in some aspect, okay? It's the beginning stages of that. So you're really starting to own and take responsibility for your emotions versus blame. Now that is for some of you. You're all okay. They're also saying that this is an invitation. This is an invitation for you to come towards more of a spiritual aspect. But it's not just, oh, love and light. No, because that's not balanced either. You got to go through the depths, okay, of the deepest of the shadow work, okay? That really deep, dark, muddy waters, okay? But you are you're in a process, a journey here of self-realization and self-reflection. To me, these look like fireflies. So there are things that are going to be lighting. You have 3 of them here, right? There's the moon. It's kind of like a mountain that's kind of misty. You might be going hiking or camping, or you're thinking of doing that to really kind of clear your mind. Okay? You guys are air signs. So you guys are very, when balanced, you're super caring, very harmonious, very fair, very, you just appreciate beauty and diplomacy. When you're not balanced, though, you can be very destructive to yourself and to others while blaming them. So I feel like you're being invited on this journey. Now, some of you have been on this journey a little bit, but you've hit some roadblocks here. And it's not because it's a punishment, and it's not because something isn't for you. It's, have you learned this lesson? Or this might be another level or a deeper level of that same lesson you've learned before. Also, sometimes there's tests. Okay, before you move on to the next level or the next phase of your journey, are you really prepared? Because I feel the divine or spirit or whatever it is that you believe in, even if you don't believe in it, okay, is not going to give you anything that you don't ask for and that you can't handle. So what are you manifesting? What are you manifesting, right? So with the Queen of Cups here in the reverse, now I'm going to show you this in the upright. It's a woman, okay, and it looks like a woman, but someone's painted a mustache and a beard. So I almost feel like, I hope none of you guys are doing this, going to like a museum and defacing artwork, but I had to say it. But this is where appearances are not always as they seem, right? A Queen of Cups typically in the tarot can talk about, someone who's very loving and nurturing, okay? But they're drawing me to this mustache here, and this is like blood vessels of the heart. So the Queen of Cups is like the heart, okay, of for me personally of the tarot, the heart of the tarot. So, and she's holding onto her cup, but she's kind of covering. She doesn't want it to be shown, okay? She's kind of protecting it. But see, now that it came in the reverse, you might have feel you poured your heart out to someone or into a situation and it was not reciprocated or returned back to you. But the question is, did you see things clearly? Are you seeing the lesson and why this transpired? It was something to propel you, not hinder you. It can only be a hindrance if you allow it to be. We accept what we allow, right? Or we allow by what we accept, however you want to put it. What are you allowing people to do? And what are you then doing to others because you're hurt? But this is a need to really pour into that cup of self-love, okay? You may also want to get somebody back by defacing them, if that makes sense. By, I don't know, doxing them possibly. But be mindful of that because I feel like this person here had your whole heart, okay? You truly gave your heart to this person, okay? Willingly and with all your love. That's a risk that we all take when we love somebody, is we give our all, or we give our heart over in hopes that the person doesn't hurt us. Now, I feel like this person was a teacher of yours. Whether you want to see it that way or not, this person is teaching you, okay, to trust yourself. First and foremost, okay? And also, too, Not everything has to be or how do I say this in a nice way? Petty. Okay? Because here, it feels like you're really starting to close off your heart. You don't want it to open. You don't want to open it up ever again. Okay? Now, that's a choice. You can do that. Absolutely. Be mindful of bitterness and resentment, though, that grows inside of your heart in place of where love used to be. Because there can be love again. There will be love again. First and foremost, you have to love yourself too. And how do I say this? Okay. Spirit wants me to say, we teach people how we want to be treated by what we allow them to continue to do. We also have to accept responsibility for our own actions or lack thereof. Words included. Okay. We can't change other people no more than other people can change us. And we have to take accountability for that and responsibility for our own portion. And we can't make somebody else take responsibility. Do you want to continue on? You're being asked, do you want to continue on this journey? So here with the Two of Wands, we have a young woman who, it looks like there's like a house here. And there's one behind her. And there's another one in front of her. So there might have been someone who's made a choice and you weren't chosen. That's okay. People are free to make their own choices. But are you lashing out because you weren't chosen? I feel there's a strong fear or a strong reaction to rejection, even if it's perceived rejection. Ask yourself, are you rejecting yourself? Are you accepting of yourself? Do you love yourself? Or are you rejecting yourself and attracting those types of people who will end up abandoning you, essentially, and rejecting you? Because it's a repeating pattern or inner child wound. That's not to say that rejection isn't painful, because it really, really is. Nevertheless, are you able to move on and heal? This is I feel like this whole scenario here was to open up your heart further. I feel like this person, this Queen of Cups reverse, might have been very manipulative. Okay? I feel like you might have also been very manipulative to this person as well, and at some point, in some fashion. Okay? But I want to point this out too. We have the King of Cups and we have the Queen of Cups. You are holding, see how you have your cup of love here, right? This is your heart. This is your cup of love. But see how it's encased? You're very, very stoic. You don't show a lot of emotion. I also get this feeling of laughing your emotions off. It's almost like it's so painful. It actually makes you laugh because it's so painful. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody. It feels like, okay, so if you have like nerve damage in your back or in other parts of your body and you've let it go for too long and eventually it no longer burns, you no longer have the pain. In fact, if it's touched, it kind of tickles because that means it's dying. The nerve endings in that particular spot or near wherever it is actually dying. And that's the last phase of it. And I feel it's with this emotional pain that you're going through. You laugh it off to the point to try to kill the emotion, but you can't. It still sits there and it festers and it fills this up, and you're now creating this encasing around you. And there's nothing wrong with protecting your heart. There's nothing wrong with that, with proper boundaries, not barriers. This is a barrier. You're putting yourself in a like a bubble, like a barrier that no one could ever possibly ever get close enough to you to ever even offer you love. So therefore, and you don't want to share love with them. Okay. So with the Page of Wands here, reverse, turn the upright. This person here is young, very affluent. You see how we have the Two of Wands, and then we have the Page of Wands. So they're going separate directions. This woman, doesn't matter gender or preference or orientation, okay, has chosen a different direction. than this person here. There's a, what is it saying? There is a rhyme and a reason. And there's a season for every person that comes into your life. Now, I don't know if that's exactly how you say it, but this person was meant to come around you, was meant to trigger you, basically, into healing. Because there's a saying, too, and I don't remember who says it, when the pain of not changing outweighs the pain of change, you'll change. Also, the only thing that's consistent is change. We never stay the same, no matter how hard we try, how much we fear change, how we try to control it. And I get here someone is trying to be very controlling of a situation, of other people, because of a fear of rejection, because of a fear of not being chosen. You want to be chosen because somebody wants to choose you, not because you are forcing them to. Okay, but this man's in the reverse. So you were not chosen. You do have a young heart. You are an adult, obviously. You do have a lot of love to give, but you're laughing off your emotions. Even love, you're laughing it off. Now that's a choice you can make, but you're doing that in hopes that you can protect this young energy within you, this inner child within you. You might have Aries somewhere in your chart really strongly, maybe in your moon sign, or yeah, I feel like that might be an Aries moon somewhere. So you were protecting that by you're trying to trap your emotions. And by doing so, you're holding other people hostage by their emotionally. You're guilt tripping people. Basically what I'm saying. Now, that won't be for everybody, but some of you out there, some Libras out there, and our cross watchers, you are guilt tripping other people and holding them hostage by their emotions, because you're holding yourself hostage as emotions, and you don't want to be there by yourself. You know, misery enjoys company. See how dark it is right here? And there's nothing wrong. I feel like you really are in a dark night of the soul in some fashion. And when you're ready to come out of that, when you start having those deeper realizations, you will. You will come out of it. You will come out of it, regardless. When it's time for you to. There's some things that you need to review. Is what's okay. So we have the Tower here. Okay, but it's in reverse. Now, let me show you in the upright. So we have the Moon here. And then we have like a wand that's holding up part of the building where you can kind of look in, and there's like a shadow here of like a dancer. Almost looks like a kind of like a ballerina. You might be going to the ballet, or you might like the ballet. Very, very artsy. Very, you like art theater, the arts, all the arts, dance. You know, you might even took ballet, some of you, or like played the piano or some type of musical instrument, or maybe you still do. But you value and appreciate, and it's almost like you get immersed in the art. You become part of it. I feel somebody here might be a very talented painter if they gave it a try. But you are being watched over and cared for. Even if it is from a safe distance, and even if it is by someone who's already passed. Your ancestors are very much watching over you. You're fighting this transformation. With the Tower, it talks about an ending that brings in a new beginning. Okay, this for me can also, even though it can't talk about people walking away, but this is the beginning or the invitation of a journey, of a new beginning. Okay, but here you're fighting it by wanting to control the outcome instead of letting things be the way they're supposed to be. If somebody wants to leave your life, they are free to do so. If you want to leave someone's life, you are also free to do so. Holding somebody there because you don't want to be alone, or because you don't want to face yourself, they can hold a mirror up to you. But if you choose to close your eyes and turn your head and not look at it, they can't make you. What's that saying? You can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. This is what we're looking at. This is a major, major upheaval that's going to propel you into this invitation from the divine, from spirit, from source, whatever it is that you want to believe in, to take a journey of self-discovery and self-realization. Integration of your shadow side, your subconscious, and your light, your conscious. Okay? This is a deep, deep overhaul of what you've been fearing of changing. You cannot control everything all the time. Sometimes you got to let it go. And throw those dice, and where they land, they land. It feels like you are trying to control an outcome, but there's so many different possibilities or potentialities of an outcome that you can't foresee. You're trying to hold up this tower from crumbling, but when it needs to crumble, this is going to propel you into the journey, but you're fighting it. You are really trying to fight it. You feel like there's a lot of things you can't see. It's almost like you can't see the light you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, but it is there, but you're choosing not to see it. It is there. It is there, and you will achieve it. You just have to surrender. You have to surrender to the divine. Whatever that is for you. Even if that means you have to lay flat on your stomach, face down, on the ground, sobbing, and say, I surrender. Maybe that's what you have to do, because what's going to happen here, what I feel, is that you're going to start getting squeezed. Okay? And that's not a punishment from the divine. It's, are you ready? It's time. It's really time to, I believe everybody has free will, only to a certain extent. I do feel we all have a destiny and a purpose, and we can only go but so far off that, like a thread. We can't go but so far off that thread, that line, before we get redirected. And you're being redirected. You're being pressed to kind of say, hey, we do need you to accept this journey. This is part of your fate. This is a timing, a fate and timing situation that you're experiencing, and you're going to continue to be pressed. Whether you share this information, whether you share your emotions or not, you're being pressed. Whether this is already happening, is happening now, or is going to start the process, you are being pressed. So with the Chariot here in the reverse, now a lot of Sagittarius energy. We also got Aries. I'm telling you, I really feel like someone here's got an Aries moon. You can look it up, like on, I don't get paid for none of this, but it's like what is it, the Cafe Astrology, something like that. You can go and get a free birth chart. You just put your birth date, time, if you have it. You don't have to, and where place you were born, and you can pull that up. Somebody here's got an Aries moon. Okay. And you also could be dealing with a Sagittarius, or have a Sagittarius friend, or a Sagittarius somewhere placed in your chart. You're being pressed. This is the Chariot, not being allowed to move any further. You're being stopped. You're being paused. You're being redirected, because you got to face this. There's some things you really need to face in order to move forward. You can stay stuck for as long as you like, for as long as it takes. You can be pressed and stay in that situation, or for as long as you like. But eventually you will have to come out of it. So here, let me turn it up right. You see, we have like the Pharaoh. I feel like you might know somebody who's a Sagittarius, who is very, they're like I kind of get like, what is it? They're like a magician, and so to speak. Okay. They're very spiritual. They're a very magical person. It could be a man. It could be a woman. It doesn't matter. And see, there's a fire here in the engine. This person, and this is like, to me, this almost feels like like walking through the ring of fire, walking through fire. You're being baptized through fire. Okay. I don't know if that makes sense. It's not like you're going to burst into flames or anything like that, or no, this means like you're being seriously pressed by the divine to walk through that fire, to your transformation, to accept it. Okay, they're bringing this to me. Accept the, okay. Um, I accept the things I cannot change. I change the things that I can, or something like that. There's this, what is it? The serenity prayer. You're being asked, whatever that means. That it doesn't have to be towards God or the universe or source. It can be with anything, but it's accepting the things that you cannot change, changing the things that you can, and the wisdom to know the difference. That is what this person is trying to show you. They have like adornments too. Someone's very, very spiritual. I mean, they might even have ties to ancient Egypt, or they work with ancient Egypt. Okay, deities possibly, but you're being invited. This person may be your guide. I can't see their face, but they have a fire within them, and they are inviting you, even if they're not speaking to you, they're inviting you spiritually to accept this. Or at least accept the invitation. I feel like this, okay, yeah, I got chills. So this person might even be guiding you as you transverse this. It's not easy. This is not easy work. You know, it's not meant to be. It's very, very deep, very transformative. But for some reason, you are blocking this movement towards this person, or you are shutting them out energetically, or even in real life too. That because you can't accept, you want to be in control. You want to be in control of every single thing, which makes you out of control. You can't control every single detail of every single thing. You can only control yourself. If you're trying to control another person, a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, strong Scorpio, a Sagittarius, you're going to do nothing but cause yourself an immense amount of pain, and you will be shown how you have, the reality is you have no control over anything. You only have control of how you react to something, or if you accept it or not, and if you can take action or not. You're ignoring movement forward to accept these types of truths, and you're trying to deny the invitation. This person is really powerful, by the way. They're a very powerful magician of some kind. They can't save you from yourself. You understand? They cannot save you from yourself, and you really need to understand that. But they can help you understand how you can save yourself, or at least point you in the right direction. But if you're shutting everything and everyone down, then you are doing nothing but hurting yourself. And be blocked. You're being blocked from movement. You might even be being blocked from movement towards a Queen of Cups. You have either manipulated, or this person has manipulated you. I feel like it was both. Both of you are like a moth and a flame. Okay? You both are equally toxic. And I mean toxic for each other, but also transformative for one another. But that does not mean you need to be together. Or you can keep trying. I feel like strong Pisces. Very strong Pisces, strong Scorpio here. Cancer as well. Sagittarius, Aries. Yeah. The only card here that's in your element is this one. Ten of Swords. This is betrayal. There's a fight. You're trying to see how they have knives, and they're looking away, and they're trying to kill or betray this person. This one has no issues looking this person right. This is for this person here. I don't know if you can see it. It's personal, deeply personal. This one here is the follower. Okay, but this one here, it feels like this one here feels nothing towards it. This one feels ashamed for it. This one is proud and angered and feels justified, but also is a deep personal thing. Here it's in reverse. This is a very painful betrayal. There's 3 ravens here for me. These look like ravens to me. There's 3 ravens here. A murder of crows. 3 ravens. Follow the 3 ravens or something. I don't know. Follow the 3 ravens. You're going to start seeing ravens. or crows, like fairly large ones. Pay attention to what you're thinking, feeling, the circumstances. Pay attention during that time when you see them. There's a betrayal on its way. This is also when it came in the reverse. So it's a very large betrayal. It's a deep, deep betrayal that you did not see coming. But you will know when it's about to arrive, or it is the day of its arrival, when you see the 3 ravens. But also I feel like these are the omens. These are forewarning you to pay attention to that. We already talked about this. There's things that you don't got to do nothing, but I feel like I got to say this. We treat people how we treat ourselves. We teach people how to treat us by how we respect ourselves. And if you don't have no respect for yourself and boundaries to protect yourself emotionally, you have no respect for anyone else. And you don't respect other people's boundaries. And people are going to you're going to get blocks across the board until you learn this lesson. Also, if you're manipulating people, trust and believe they probably are manipulating you. You get what you give. You are the card of justice. You are the card of karma. So is Scorpio. Stop fighting it. Allow the transformation to take place, or continue to be pressed and eventually dragged. That is from the divine. That is from the divine. Yeah. This is, you're fighting the transformation. You're fighting the transformation, the 5 of Wands. You're fighting it. Because you're afraid of change. You're unsure. You're fighting it because you can't control the outcome. 2 of Pentacles reverse. Knight of Wands. You want to rush in to fight for something very passionately, very impulsively, and very lust-filled. But is it good for your mental health? Is it good for keeping you balanced? We have the frog here too. This is like, I'm Prince Charming. But are you though? And if you're a female Libra, are you allowing a Prince Charming type who's actually really a toad to come towards you? If you're a masculine Libra, in order for you to, again, with this transformation, this like a phoenix transformation, if you know the story about the phoenix dies. Okay, not saying you're going to die. Okay, let me make sure I say that it's metaphorically speaking. It crashes and burns like the tower, so it can be reborn from its own ashes of destruction, anew and glorious. Okay? You are going, if you want to take on this transformation, understand if you're male or female, you might kiss some toads. Okay? There might be some, be careful with the poisonous ones. Okay? You got to walk through that fire. And it's not comfortable, and it's not going to be comfortable. You're fighting transformation. You're fighting higher guidance. You're fighting it. Eventually, you're not going to be able to fight it. The sun. Yeah. Leo energy. This is like, for me, Apollo or like Adonis. You have angels here. They're offering you have people around you who care. They might even have the symbol of the sunflower. Even if they're not, so to speak, a Leo, because this is the Leo energy. You will get through this. Accept help when it's needed, but also take accountability and only ask for help if only needed. You're not seeing yourself. See, there's no face. You're not seeing yourself as you really are. Things are going to come to light about yourself that you may be surprised. You're being asked to release your burdens, to allow the transformation to take place. Pour that love you've given to the world back into yourself because you deserve it and you're worth it. You feel depleted. Hanged Man, you are in a position of pause. Now, a lot of people say, oh, you know, I'm stuck energy. Yeah, you are technically stuck right now. But during this quote-unquote stuckness, or I call it sacred pause, you have the opportunity to gain more enlightenment. You're seeing things from a different perspective. Seeing yourself from a different perspective. Seeing a situation from a different perspective. You're being invited. Okay, this is the 7 of Pentacles here. See, this person works, and they're hungry and they want this bounty, and they give, but they don't get it reciprocated towards them. But are they giving to get only to get it reciprocated, to only get a return on the investment, or are they giving from a joyous heart? Because it's in the reverse, not getting return on the investment anymore. But you clearly want this new beginning. You clearly want this. You clearly want this opportunity, this job, this offer to give or receive it. But are you doing it because you want creating relational debt to get something on the back end? Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's got to be talked about up front and not create a debt as if someone owes you something. Nobody owes you anything. And you don't owe anybody else anything. But if you give from your heart, and you give, and then you get mad because someone doesn't give you something back, but you never stated what the conditions were of this agreement, then you're creating relational debt, or a debt that somebody owes you, and they don't owe you anything because you never specified the terms. So, you need to have strength in this process, but not pride and ego. There's nothing wrong with ego. Ego does protect us. And being proud of yourself is not the same thing as being prideful. And being so far in your own ego that because you're so wounded, it's like a wounded ego is happening here. You got inner child wounds that are been screaming at you to do something about it. And you've been ignoring it time and time and time again. Or somebody has. And it's time to really see it. Okay. All right. So I'm going to get you an oracle card now. And we didn't end up using the book. So I guess they said if the world card came out. Okay. Well, it didn't come out. So, but I am going to read you from these because these are really cool. Let's see. Spirit, what guidance do you have for my Libras, please, and our cross watchers regarding this message? What guidance do you have for my Libras and our cross watchers regarding this message, please? You are on the hero's journey of self-realization and self-healing and transformation. I think you have accepted the invitation, but you don't see that you've actually accepted it. You want to ignore the fact that you have. Okay, let's see, Spirit. What guidance do you have for my Libras, please? Or our cross watchers? Love without condition. What I tell you? What did I tell you? But there's also love yourself without condition. Now, I don't believe necessarily total, free, unconditional love. Except when you give of yourself with the joy in your heart with no expectations of return. But with proper boundaries. So I'm going to read that to you guys here in a minute. Okay, anything else for my Libras, please? Transformation, more air energy. Look, it's a fairy. Butterfly wings. Okay. Oh, peacock. Let go of the old. Isn't that beautiful? Look, all the eyes of the divine are on you right now. Okay. Learn to use these eyes as well to see things from different perspectives. Not everything is just one way. Anything else, please, for my Libras, please? Says embrace the masculine. This talks about really healing the masculine wound and the feminine wound for me. Yeah. This talks about being your own father figure, being your own mother figure. You got 8, 26 breaks down to 8. Your subconscious is during a transformation. let go of the old. Number 22, self-mastery. Then you got embrace the masculine. Your intuition means listen to that divine masculine within yourself. Be your own best friend. Be your own father figure that you may not have ever had. But also heal how you stay grounded. I feel like there's something else. Let's see. Yeah. Reveal your truth. Remove your mask. Show who you are. Be yourself. Stop hiding behind mask. I feel like there's one more. There's one more. I know it. I feel it. I'm gonna read these to you. So give me a minute. Anything else, please? This is 34. Breaks down to a 7. So remove your mask. Okay. Reveal your truth. Stop. It's how do I say this? Self-deception and deceiving others either intentionally or unintentionally by wearing a mask. Anything else, please? Yeah. Seek your destiny. Completion of a cycle or the beginning of one. Because look, this is like the tree of destiny. The eyes are watching you. You're being asked to follow. You're being asked to trust. You're being asked. I told you. It's like this has been this is woven for you. This is like a fated time event. Fated is destiny. Okay. Yeah, it's like you can feel it. Let's see. Let's go to verse 126. I'll read it to you. So I'll make sure you get all the messages because these are very good. Let's see. They're very short too. It says, love without condition. Do you often find it easier to give advice to others whilst hiding from the truth that the advice you give... Wait, let me start over. Do you often find it easier to give advice to others whilst hiding from the truth that the advice you give is advice that you yourself neglect to follow? Do you find it easier to I got chills. Do you find it easier to nurture others and show them kindness and compassion? It is time to be kind and gentle with yourself, to love you, strengths and weaknesses, without reservation or condition. Nurture yourself, be kind to yourself, for you are deserving of the same unconditional care and love that you give to others. But you have to give it to yourself first. Next one is let go of the old. Okay. Says, are you holding on to beliefs and notions that no longer serve you? Are you blocking your own growth and forward momentum because you fear to end a chapter in your life? It is time to release all that you hold onto that no longer serves. It is time to say goodbye to all that no longer has a place or purpose in your life. It's time to have an emotional or physical spring cleaning. It's time to let go of the past so you can be open to what the future may bring. It's destined. It's time. I keep getting time. You can only fight it before so long before you get redirected by fate, destiny, the divine, cause and effect. To follow that thread, to follow that. I'm hearing blueprint. Okay, so it says embrace the masculine. Whether you're male or female doesn't matter. It says within ourselves. These are two aspects to our nature, the masculine and the feminine. Here in the present, you need to embrace the masculine aspect of your nature and let it guide your steps. Now is time to be assertive, to act with authority and stand up for both yourself and your truths. Reveal your truth. Do not allow others to tell you that you must not or cannot. But remember, whilst you allow your masculine self to be dominant, you need to temper your assertiveness and determination with gentleness and compassion. Not control, anger, and rage, and getting all in your ego and throwing tantrums because you didn't get your way. So, reveal your truth, number 34. So, no longer, it's time to remove your mask and reveal who you truly are. Versus hiding behind certain masks that really don't fit you anymore, or maybe never did. Or the mask of what other people have given you to wear. It says, respect your Reveal. Hey, maybe I said that for a reason. Respect your boundaries. Respect others as well. It says, reveal your truth. When you were born, your soul shone bright. As you grew, you were taught of right and wrong. You were taught how to think, how to live, how to believe in a way that makes you fearful to say no. To disgrace is to risk an alienation from family and society. And so you hide your true thoughts and feelings behind a mask. That mask hides your light. Cast it aside. Embrace and live your truth and let your soul shine once more. Yes. Ooh, I felt that. Oh, yeah. That's beautiful. Okay. Oof. I'm ready for this one, too. Ooh, this is good. This is good stuff. Whomever needs to hear this, they really, really need to hear this. So if you guys know anyone that you need to, even if they're not a Libra, share it with them. It says, or if you know a Libra who needs it, share it with them. So, take what you need, leave the rest, right? Seek your destiny. You have purpose and reason for being. You could have one or even several destinies. Are you afraid to believe in destiny because others may laugh? Don't be. It could be as simple as taking a moment to look within and discover those things that you love most passionately and bring them out into the light. But you will never know if you are afraid to step through the doorway. I'm telling you, it's an invitation. And see what's on the other side. Trust that everything you hope and dream of will be there waiting for you. You're on a journey. You're being invited. Question is, will you accept? Okay, Libras and cross watchers, I hope this has helped you. If you'd like to book a personal read with me, all the information will be in the description box below. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you know the next time I upload. And as always, please take care of yourself. Until next time. Bye.